7 things to never say to your vet. You know, there are just some things that are probably better not said to your veterinarian. In some cases, it could just be that you have more an alternative look on healthcare for your dog or cat. Them perhaps more conventional, they're not necessarily going to buy into that homeopathic remedy. And there are just other things that even I experience practicing at a veterinarian are just things that you never want to hear a client say, but you do. Number 1, it's about what you feed. Doc, I heard vets, they don't get much training in nutrition. Like, there's no way I'm feeding this stuff, this crappy grain-veiled kibble. Sir, I went to school for 8 years. I know what is best to feed your dog. Probably the biggest point of contention is when you say you're feeding this raw pet food. In general, most veterinarians, they're fairly opposed to feeding anything raw. If you've done your own research, your dog is doing well on a raw diet, you're happy with your choice, probably best just to leave that one out. Number 2, telling your vet you don't believe in vaccines. Ma'am, there has been extensive studies done showing the safety, the efficacy of vaccines. The benefit of vaccines far, far, far outweighs the risk of vaccines, and any of the reported or supposed side effects, those chances of that ever happening to your dog or cat is virtually nil. The best way to protect your dog or cat, you need vaccines, right? Clearly they do have risks. There are side effects. In some cases, the side effects seldom happen, but they do happen. When they do happen, they can be extremely serious. There are extensive studies done now showing the duration of immunity. It lasts so much longer than most of the current veterinary vaccine protocols. But that being all said, your veterinarian can make suggestions, but ultimately it's up to you to choose whether or not your dog, your cat, gets this vaccine. I personally feel you're generally better off just not bringing it up, right? If you're not ready to go into this long-winded discussion with your veterinarian, your choice versus their suggestion, just be comfortable with your own choice. And by the way, she's no longer getting any vaccines. Number 3, Doc, I'm not going to be giving my dog any heartworm medication this year. Once again, you need to look at the risk of heartworm in your area. Perhaps you live in an area where I live, where the heartworm risk is virtually 0. Then clearly, in my opinion, you don't need to be given this. But there are many veterinarians that feel pretty strongly that you are crazy, and if anything, you're being a bad pet parent by not giving your dog a heartworm medication, regardless of where you live. So you're probably just better off not discussing, not giving heartworm meds. Number 4. You telling your vet what drug to give, what tests to do. This is something I had in practice. There are many people that are pretty darn smart. I think my dog has this, I think my cat has that. How about you just prescribe me some clavulin? But you're way better off to bring this up in a respectful way. In other words, you're not telling your veterinarian, this is what my dog has, this is what my cat has, give me the meds. You are working with them. So much better way to have a long-term healthy relationship. Number 5, and you would not believe how often this happened. Doc, my dog, she's 11. I've decided to move. Can't find anyone else really to adopt her. Can you just euthanize her? Yes, really, and I had this happen several times in veterinary practice. Clients asking to euthanize a healthy dog or cat. That's something no veterinarian should ever hear. And no one should ever be asking their vet, can you euthanize my healthy dog or cat? Number 6, if you really cared about pets, Doc, you do this for free. I understand that veterinary fees have rapidly escalated. Veterinary care, in some cases, it really is out of the range of many, many people. The average veterinary salary is generally below normal of most other professions. You got veterinary graduates graduating with excessively high student debt. And most vets that I know, they went into the veterinary profession because they loved animals. If they were going in it financially, they would have chosen another one, not veterinary medicine. It's never a reasonable thing to say to any veterinarian. Number 7, Doc, I'm going to treat this naturally. I saw this guy on the internet. He's got a whole bunch of awesome videos. He's showing me exactly how I can clean my dog's ear and what like home remedy I can use to treat the yeast infection. This one, it's pretty darn touchy subject, and most veterinarians, they're not super fond of people on the internet offering free veterinary advice for dog and cat parents. I will say that there's a lot of poor quality information on the internet, but some people have more credibility than others. I'm hoping I'm one of them. And there really are an array of different home remedies, such as the Panicure, such as the Selsun Blue, which have studies showing that they are potentially effective, and there really are legitimate options. So if you have a veterinarian that's a little bit more open to alternative treatments, okay, then bring it up. But if you have the conventional vet, as the white lab coat is like, I don't even want to hear it, and all that stuff, it's got zero evidence, don't try it, you're so much better off using conventional A, B, or C, you're probably better off just not bringing it up in the first place. Thanks so much for watching this edition of Veterinary Secrets of the 7 things you should never say to your regular veterinarian. Click up there to subscribe, hit the bell to sign up for notifications, and when you click that link directly in the box below, I can send you a copy of my free book.